Oi, Kimosabi here. And yeah, so today we're gonna be talking about Euro AUD, AUD CAD, CAD JPY, and AUD USD. So first I'm gonna talk about the trade I entered on. It is Euro AUD. I'll also give you guys examples and explanation of how you use zone within the zone and also confirmation. But zone within the zone requires more concentration, and you need to have all your zones to be fresh. Okay, and no matter what, you don't skip time frame, and I'll explain you why. Okay, so on this topic or this trade, I took buys right down here on the 1 hour time frame, and I'll explain you why I entered the market. So first of all, when I enter the market, you guys already know I always enter off of demand. So when price comes in demand, I wait for it to come in. That's also a confirmation trade. When price comes inside that area, I wait for one or two things to happen: a break of momentum line, or and not or removal of opposing zone. Then I enter in the market, so it shoots up. Okay. I've realized that there's some people that say, oh, well, chemo, there's always, when it has demand, what price does is this price just comes down, don't give you the confirmation you need, and go away. Most of the times, the reason why it does that is because when the market is coming down to a certain level, there's always a zone within a zone that's stacked up together. And what the price does, it just comes down to that level, and then when it comes down and it fills all these orders, the market start moving up. Without any confirmation, it doesn't come back to where you're looking at. And most people get mad, and then they either chase the market or don't understand why, or has no patience at all. But that's how the market works. I can't tell you guys nothing. I can't say you guys could catch this and that all the times. The opportunities doesn't pop up every second in the market. You can't just chase the market and expect to make $1 million like the next day at all. Like, people need to understand that. Okay. But yeah. So in this trade, simple rally based rally. The reason why I took this rally based rally, first of all, it took out levels on the left side. All right. So this was a area of supply. Why? Because momentum line breaks, so that's an institutional level of supply. Tapped, rejected a little, and took it out. It took out that level. So we could all clearly see that this market took out an institutional area of a supply zone. Boom. Therefore, this area right here is an area of demand. Check. Done. I'm waiting for price to come inside the zone. Next step is to drop on a lower time frame, which is we're in the daily time frame. I want to drop 2 time frames lower. Okay, the reason why I want to drop 2 time frames lower is because when the market is coming down, I don't want to see a straight fucking line at all. When I drop down to 2 time frames lower, that one straight line is this long, big straight red candle. When I drop down to the smaller time frame, I want to see the data. I want to see the data so I can apply the rules to the data, so I could pinpoint where the market is taking out highs, previous highs, so I could enter the market where real institutional demand is being created, stack orders, and then fly up to the upside. Simple as that. But it is not simple at the same time, because first of all, people don't have no patience. Second of all, people don't really understand the mechanic of the steps because they don't have a checklist under their eyes. And third of all, they don't, they don't practice enough. That's a lot. That's a lot. But yeah, let's break this down now. So going down on the 4 hour time frame, I could see the data, but I can't really see the data I'm looking for. If I was looking at this data, I would need for this area to get taken out, and the market is already down here. So I need to skip one more time frame again. And now I could see the data. Now I'm seeing the data I'm looking for. I could draw my momentum line. The break happened right here, and this is the actual buy area that I entered in. Okay, the confirmation inside the daily time frame within the zone. Now, if you're looking for a zone within the zone, first of all, you need so you can't skip. You need a 4 hour to be fresh, which is this one, and then inside of that zone, you need to check if the 1 hour is also fresh, which is most likely this one right here. See, and that one they even held that well at all. Tapped a little bit, came down, went deeper inside the zone. And if your stop loss was right below, you got stopped out. What I initially do when I find a zone within a zone, I don't never keep my pendants inside the same zone. I have my pendants in here and my stop loss is there. Okay, what I do for a zone within the zone is basically this. This is the RR that I'm risking. All I'm using the zone within the zone so I could chop the RR a little bit and still have my stop loss below. Okay, this is why I also say confirmation is probably good combined with that, because once you wait for the real break, your stop loss could actually be below this zone because it's actually showing you a real confirmation that the market should not break these levels at all, and therefore market is now flying up to the upside. And this is the trade on EA that I took. Simple steps. It seems simple, but it's just applied. This is just applied knowledge, the same thing over and over again. Okay. All right, let's go in EA. So AU. AU is the same thing. So area supply right here. Well, why is that supply? This is a drop based drop. Okay, we're breaking it down. What did it take out? It took out this level. It also took out this level. But is any of these two levels fucking demand? Well, we have to break it down. How we do it? All right, let's look left. Look left what it took out. It took out this high. All right. It took out it didn't take out none of this high. All right, well, it took out only one high, but what is this demand? Okay, and it took out these highs, but taking out highs doesn't mean that it is demand. So we have to find another alternative way to find demand. So let's see if we could do that. Oh, one push down, pull up. Oh, I mean, new lows. What did we learn? There's a momentum line. Boop. So that means anything that's below it is demand. That's why it worked out here, but when it came back, it didn't work again because the order's been consumed. Okay, but we have our explanation of the market. Why is that demand? And let's go in the future. Boop. Oh, it took it out. It took out two levels. So therefore, that is real areas of institutional supply. Market came in, and let's just see if we could find a zone within a zone. Ooh, fire. We found a fresh zone right here, nice engulfing, a zone within a zone. So that's, you have two time frames connecting, the daily, the 4 hour, and let's just see if we could find if the 1 hour is also connecting. Let's see. We drop down one up more time frame, and boop, right here, this area of supply. And this is how you get pinpoint entries, just using three time frames. I don't make it difficult. Look at the time frame I'm on. I'm on the 1 hour time frame. I don't need to go lower than that. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I'm in that area where banks are looking at price and at the correct time. I don't need to be all the way at the top. All I need is to be at the area, because at the end of the day, this is what 16 pips to gain 90 something pips. It doesn't fucking matter. All we're looking for is RR and percentage in the area. Okay, you sit in it. When people sit in drawdown, it doesn't matter if you sit in drawdown as long as you're in the area. Okay, market doesn't always go in your way at all. Okay, market doesn't always go in your way at all. So people have to understand that you could be precise, but be precise at an area. You can't always be at the tip top. Not always. I mean, you can, but dropping down small time frame doesn't bring up the odds of other people, entries. But this is why mostly market is dropping down. So now, for an example, if you're doing confirmation now, well, you'll wait for the momentum line to be broken because the daily time frame it broke right after that, and this right here would be your new area of supply, and you would have got entered in here. Okay. Simple, same thing, same logic. Boom. All right, AUD CAD. Let's drop down to AUD CAD. AUD CAD now. Let's break it down. Let's take this off. Boom. All right. So AUD CAD. This is a crazy area of supply, but it is supply. Why is that supply? Same thing. Momentum line break. Momentum line break. The same thing. This made highs, pulled back down, and made new higher highs. See? Easy trend line, broke the trend line. This is an institutional area of supply. We wait for market to come. The move away was over 1 to 2 RR. It moved sideways before pulling back into the area. Now this is a nice area where we want to focus on for entries once price comes in. It should show us confirmation. Okay, if you don't like confirmation, well, the zone within the zone could also help you. Okay, so let's do that. The 4 hour time frame. Let's zoom back. Oh, while we see a drop, base, drop, the drop, the base, and the drop. So we have two time frames hitting each other. But don't forget, we have another zone inside of that area that is also visible, this rally base drop. So we don't know where the market is going to fall from, either that top one, which is the high probability one, or this one. Only when the confirmation of small time frame shows you the shift that you know. Okay. All right, dropping down to the 1 hour time frame, we zooming back. Same thing. Look at that fresh area right here. This drop, base drop, and that would have been your entry. You have three time frames that's lining up together inside the zone within the zone. You got the daily, you got the H4, and I have the 1 hour time frame. I don't look at that. I only stop on the 1 hour, but look, you can still get precise entry. If you want even more precision, you could get at the top. You know, it doesn't matter as long as you in this area, your stop loss is above, and you have a good RR. It doesn't matter how you want it. The more accurate you get, I guess, the more, or not, I guess, the more RR you're gonna get. It's up to you. Okay, as long as you're in the same area, you could apply the same thing. Look, I have the daily, and now instead of looking left, now I'm looking at the 1 hour. Okay, the 1 hour time frame now is showing me that there is a break of momentum after this candle closed, right? Approximately after this candle closed, this now became your supply zone for a nasty entry. And then also this now took out these lows and demand, which is also another entry. New area supply created new supply because of momentum line break, and you aim for the next freshest zone. This is not fresh, so you wouldn't aim for that. This is not fresh, so you wouldn't aim for that. This is the next freshest zone right down here, and that would have been your trade right here. So this week pretty much gave us some nice trades. Nice, decent trades, visible trades. So, anybody who said the market didn't move well for you or whatnot is most likely didn't look at the market too well. Um, but the market did give a lot of opportunities. It always does that, and it will always do that. All people need to understand is that you need to be patient with the setup that you're looking for. Don't rush things because less is always more. If you win 3 wins in a row with a good 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5, it doesn't matter whatever RR, but you win in rows of your RR, you will see a growth in your account. The only way you're fucking up is either you're not using the correct percentage, you're moving your percentage a lot, you're not really objective with your RR, or you're just getting stopped out too many times before the market goes your way. And you need to fix that. And the best way to fix that is really journal and understand that you can find these opportunities if you do everything step by step. All right. So this is my analysis for this week. What I'm seeing, what I saw, what happened, and what I took in the market. So I hope you guys have a nice day. Okay. Kimo Sabi out.